Today, I'm showing you how to make this delicious mango lime salsa. Hi, and thanks for joining me today. I'm Tami from the blog and YouTube channel called Nutmeg Notebook, and I share recipes that are whole food, plant-based, and oil-free, also sugar-free and low sodium. So today, I'm real excited to share with you this mango lime salsa. So if you saw the video that I did just recently for my cumin black beans, this salsa goes perfect with those black beans. Put those, some rice, and some green veggies in a bowl, add this salsa, and you have a great nourish bowl. So I want to tell you what's going to go into today's salsa and also give you some substitutions because we are filming this during the COVID-19 pandemic, and we know that not all fresh vegetables are available to everyone right now. So of course this is a mango salsa, so we're starting with mango. You could use frozen mango or fresh mango. So when I use frozen, I just take it out of my freezer, I let it thaw, and it comes, the one that I buy is already cubed, and so I just let it thaw out, and once it's thawed, then I proceed with the recipe as is. If you can't find ripe mango, you could use pineapple. You can use fresh pineapple, or you could use frozen pineapple, or you can use canned pineapple. Of course, fresh is always best, but hey, we're doing the best we can right now with what we can find. I like to use a jalapeno in this, about a half of one, depending on how hot it is. If you can't find a fresh jalapeno, you could use a serrano. Just remember that the serrano chilies are about 3 times hotter than the jalapenos. And you know, sometimes I buy these and they're really hot and sometimes they're really mild. So how much you're going to use is just going to depend on how hot it is and how spicy you want to have your salsa. Now, if you cannot find any fresh, if you happen to have the dried jalapeno powder, this is my favorite one that comes from local spicery, and it's amazing. They dry their own jalapeno peppers and then they blend them up to make a powder, and you just need a very small amount, like maybe 1/8 of a teaspoon to 1/4 of a teaspoon for this recipe, but it will give you that flavor. I always keep some of this on hand, so when I don't have a fresh jalapeno, I can still make my favorite dishes. Then we're also going to want a little bit of lime juice. If you don't have fresh limes, that's okay. You can use the bottled. This is the one that I buy, and I keep this on hand for when my limes, sometimes even when I have fresh limes, they're too dry. And we're going to need about 2 fresh limes, or if you're using the bottled juice, maybe like 2 to 4 tablespoons. It's just going to depend on how much lime juice you like. If you don't have the lime, you could use lemon. I would use a little bit less of the lemon because the lime is much sweeter. And then some red onion. I prefer red onion in this just because of the beautiful color that it adds. But if you don't have a red onion, use a yellow or a white onion. And if it really has a strong flavor to it, if you take and chop it first and then put it in a mesh sieve and run some cold water over it, that will wash away some of the onion juice and make it less stringent. So, and if you don't have any type of a bulb type onion like this, you could chop up some green onions if you have those. And then fresh cilantro. I love fresh cilantro, but if you don't have it or you don't like cilantro, you could use some Italian parsley. But this smells amazing. I know it's going to taste amazing too. So I just bought that at Whole Foods this morning. So now I'm going to show you how I prep the ingredients and put it all together and give you some serving ideas as well. Okay, so I'm going to be using my Vidalia Chop Wizard today because it makes really easy work of chopping everything uniformly. So I already used it to make my red onions. I used the smallest blade that it had, and I just like this because everything comes out exactly the same size and it just makes for a really pretty dish. So now I'll show you how I do the mango. I just take the mango pieces, and you can see I've already chopped quite a bit of it. And I just put it on here, and then you close the lid and you push down. It does make quite a loud sound, but I love that it's doing all the chopping for me. And again, so this is great for apples and carrots, onion, and just all kinds of things. And it comes with like 3 different size blades. So there you can see how beautifully chopped this is, all the same size. And it does have measurements on the side of it, so you know how much you've cut up. So I have about 3 cups of mango here, and when I make this salsa, I really don't measure. I just kind of just chop everything up and put it in a bowl, and when it looks good and tastes good, then I know I'm done. But I tried to do measurements for you all today. So this is just going to go in our bowl. It couldn't be easier to make this. Now, not that it'll last that long, but it is good for about 3 days in the fridge, just depending on how ripe your mangoes are. And another thing with the mangoes is you do want them to be ripe, but you don't want them to be super soft and limpy, because we want them to retain their shape for the salsa. Okay, so now I have some jalapeno. This is actually only about 1/4 of a jalapeno, because some of them that I bought were just huge. So I'm just going to add that. And you can do these in the Vidalia food chopper as well. Then our red onion. So that was about 1/4 of a jalapeno. I'd say about 2 tablespoons, but just, you know, again, you'll want to use as much as you like. This is about 1/2 cup of red onion. Again, you know, use as much as you like. And then I have some fresh cilantro, about 1/2 cup of fresh cilantro, nicely chopped. You know, if the stems are really thin, I go ahead and chop the stems. If they're a bit thicker, then I don't include them. But if they're really fine and small, I'll go ahead and put them in, because they'll just disappear. And then I have, this is the juice of actually from 1 lime. And if the limes are cold from the fridge, you won't get as much juice from them. You can let them sit out at room temperature so you can get more juice. Also, you can roll them on a counter and put pressure on them. That helps break up the membranes and helps you get more juice. Or you can pop them in the microwave for like 10 seconds and take that chill off, and that will help too. And then I'm just pouring in the lime juice. And again, you can just do this whole recipe to taste whatever you like. But it makes a beautiful salsa. So if you're doing a taco bar, a burrito bowl bar, this is one salsa that you're going to want to put on the table, because it is delicious. So you have the sweet of the mango, and then the savory, and you have the onion, and you have that jalapeno, and then the lime juice. It's just, you're touching all the flavor compositions here. So now let me just show you how pretty this is served up. Look at that color. It's just gorgeous, you guys. And I love Mexican food. I love burrito bowls. I like to put this on my taco salad. I do a chopped taco salad that I love. And then I went ahead and made some chips in the air fryer before we started taping. And we have a video on how to do these. Very simple and easy. And of course, this is better if you can let it set for about an hour or so. It'll be even more delicious. But here you go. So good. It has so much flavor. It has just the right amount of lime juice for me, and just enough of that jalapeno. Great on tacos. My cameraman's smiling because it's really crunchy and I'm making a lot of noise. But it's so good. And everybody always says to me, I wish you would take a taste. So I took a taste. So I hope you'll try this recipe. The recipe, a printable version, will be on the blog. We will link to that in the show notes, so click on the See More. And also in the show notes, we'll link to local spicery if you want to purchase some of the jalapeno powder or any of their SOS-free amazing spices. Also, we'll link to the video for how to make baked chips with no oil, and then also our Amazon link for any of the products that you saw us using today that you might be interested in. When you go to the blog and subscribe, you'll get 2 exclusive recipes that are just for subscribers, and so be sure and do that. And if you liked my video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and click on the bell icon under the video by the subscribe tab. That is how you will get notifications whenever we post a new video or we do a live show. So thank you for watching today. Hope to see you soon. Bye-bye.